While the world chases luxury cars, private jets, and flashy social media displays, there's a silent elite getting rich in anonymity. They don't appear on magazine covers, don't make videos bragging about their income, and don't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. While many confuse wealth with appearances, the true billionaires move quietly, building empires with discretion, strategy, and a vision that goes far beyond the present moment. In this video, we're going to reveal the behind the scenes of quiet wealth, the mindset, behavior, and lifestyle of billionaires you've probably never heard of, yet who masterfully dominate the game. If you want to understand what truly separates those who merely wish for wealth from those who actually build it, stay with me until the end, because after today, you might never see success the same way again. For a long time, we were taught to associate wealth with extravagance. Imported cars, mansions with dozens of rooms, lavish parties, and luxurious trips. That's the image we see on social media, in movies, and on reality shows. But this image is far from the reality of the world's most successful billionaires. The truth is, the most powerful names in the market rarely show up on flashy lists. They prefer simple clothes, avoid drawing attention, and often go unnoticed, even when they're right among us. These are people who understand that true wealth doesn't need a spotlight. It proves itself through results, not appearances. This myth of the show-off billionaire is often fueled by those who want to look rich, but aren't necessarily wealthy. The silent billionaires, on the other hand, live with intention. They know that flaunting wealth attracts risks, distractions, and even enemies. For them, extravagance isn't a symbol of power. It's a sign of vulnerability. While many are trying to prove they have money, the true silent billionaires seek security, freedom, and peace. And to achieve that, they live under the radar, far from the traps of vanity, focused on building something that truly lasts. In a world where everyone wants to be seen, silent billionaires take the opposite path. They don't need applause or likes to validate their achievements. Their strength lies precisely in the ability to act quietly, to grow in silence, and let the results speak for themselves. Discretion, for them, isn't just a personality trait. It's a strategy for survival and growth. When no one knows exactly what you own, where you invest, or who you're doing business with, it becomes much harder for anyone to sabotage your plans or copy your steps. These billionaires keep their decisions out of the spotlight, protect their families from harassment, and build fortunes behind companies, holdings, and funds that often don't even carry their names. Anonymity becomes a competitive advantage. It's how they avoid premature judgment, external pressure, and unnecessary distractions. While the world screams for attention, they cultivate the power of listening. While many expose their goals to prove their worth, they act in silence and surprise with results. This reserved approach is not a sign of weakness. It's a mark of strategic intelligence. In the game of wealth, it is not always the one who shows up the most that wins, but the one who knows how to move with discretion, wisdom, and purpose. While many are worried about the next paycheck, the next month, or even the next like, silent billionaires are thinking about the next 10, 20, or 30 years. They see the world through different lenses, and it is this long-term vision that sets them apart from the crowd. They don't build wealth in a hurry. They build with strategy. They know that the most valuable fruits of life take time to ripen. That's why they plant with patience, water with consistency, and harvest with wisdom. They aren't seduced by quick gains or easy promises. They know that great empires are built brick by brick, with a solid foundation and a clear vision. This mindset makes their decisions not driven by the anxiety of the now, but by the clarity of the future. They choose businesses that may not bring immediate returns, but over the years turn into lasting legacies. They understand that real wealth isn't just money in the bank. It's freedom, impact, and sustainability. And by thinking in decades, these billionaires prepare for crises. resist trends, and weather storms with balance. It is not that they done to feel fear. It is that the horizon they see is so vast that a short-term setback doesn't to shake them. Those who think small drown in small problems. Those who think big learn to ride the waves of adversity. While many associate wealth with spending without limits, silent billionaires follow a very different path. They don't buy on impulse. They don't live to impress others. They buy with purpose. For them, price is what you pay. Value is what you get. These people understand that true luxury isn't about flaunting, but about choosing wisely. A simple piece of clothing, but of quality and durability, is worth more than a designer item bought just to show off status. A discreet, functional and economical car can be far more valuable than an expensive sports model that attracts unwanted attention and excessive costs. This type of mindset transforms the way money is used. They don't see consumption as an end, but as a tool. If something doesn't create real value, whether it's comfort, efficiency, learning, or freedom, it doesn't make it to the shopping list. Additionally, many of these billionaires live below their means, with modest habits and simple choices. Why? Because they learned early on that peace of mind, financial independence, and the freedom to make decisions are worth far more than any material possession. They aren't trying to prove anything to anyone, and perhaps that is why they are light years ahead. Conscious consumption is more than a financial choice. It's a philosophy of life. For silent billionaires, time is a more precious resource than any fortune. Money can be recovered. Time cannot. That's why they have an almost sacred relationship with every minute of the day. These people don't live by putting out fires or chasing after urgencies. They plan ahead, eliminate distractions, and protect their schedule firmly. Every block of time is treated as an investment, and they seek returns in learning, strategic decisions, or personal growth. While many take pride in always being busy, discreet billionaires take pride in being productive. They delegate operational tasks, automate what can be automated, and say no frequently. Because they know that with every poorly placed yes, they are giving up hours that could be used for something much more relevant. They are also voracious readers, constant learners. They reserve time to think. Yes, just think. Because great ideas don't arise in the middle of chaos, but in silence, in reflection. For them, free time is not a luxury. It's a strategic tool for making better decisions. This disciplined time management is one of the pillars of success that the world doesn't see. Because in the end, those who control their own time control their own life. Perhaps the greatest lesson from silent billionaires isn't about how much they earn, but about how they see life. They don't live to impress, but to preserve what truly has value. True wealth doesn't shout. It reveals itself in balance, in the wisdom of silent decisions, and in the freedom to live with purpose, without needing applause, without needing to prove anything to anyone. In a world where everything seems to need validation, they remind us that the greatest power is the one felt within, not the one displayed on the outside. And perhaps in the end, this is what truly matters: living with peace, awareness, and intention. This is the invisible wealth, but absolutely transformative. Now answer me honestly. Which of these truths hit you the hardest? Leave it in the comments. Sometimes just one sentence can change someone's course. If this reflection made sense to you, show it with a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. You won't want to miss what's coming next. See you in the next video.